Hello, everybody. This is Glory. Welcome to Alpha One. In the series of Kali, today we'll be speaking about what does it means to be a man, a true masculine man to a woman. And as you know, it's a great crisis in the world today to be a man, to find a true man to yourself. So it's as good as a problem where you get self-help podcasts and self-help books or about it's of the same, this crisis is of the same parlance as that of how to be rich. I mean, if you look at it that way, it's as good as a problem as that. And uh, why is nobody thinking about this problem in the most genuine solutions? So today, first we'll talk about what have the men turned into in today's society. I mean, the questions itself that are being thrown and asked in podcasts by men, by women, it sounds of whining more. It sounds of, frustration. It sounds of anger. When the women are left unsatisfied by the men in their life, it's there is no juiciness in the world around. There is no creativity around because believe you me, men and women together form the most beautiful world that is. In the day and age of fast dating culture, men have truly forgotten or are not being provided with a purpose that was there with them previously. And women naturally, used to get drawn towards them because truly being a man is oozing pheromones out of your body. That's when you know you're truly a man. Your body will speak for it, your presence will speak for it. You will turn into the flower where the woman, symbolic of a honeybee, just naturally gets drawn to you to reward you with sex, to reward you with her presence. And then both of you create something so beautiful and magnificent. But for that, the man has to embody Shiva. And what is Shiva? The true embodiment of the masculine is Shiva, which is a phallic, a rock solid phallic, and he's standing firmly. Like, his phallic is not just a symbolic representation of his penis, but it is also a true nature representation of how the masculine is supposed to be for the feminine, for the world. The masculine's role, truly in the nature is not much, but to have vision, a steadfast vision, to be that steady force in the presence, in the realm of the universe, where the woman goes and creates beautiful carving in the wall of a temple. Let's say the man is the pillar in a temple, and the woman, in union with him, creates all the things that probably don't have meaning but make the temple ecstatic to look at, beautiful to look at. And what have we lost our men to? Today, we have lost our men to watching porns. And the first problem that is to be solved, in my understanding, is to unpawn the men. to truly understand women, for them to truly understand women, they have to unpawn the men and stop them from being a simp. When have you last heard, or when have you ever heard Shiva, the most masculine man, to be a simp? Did he ever pursue, Parvati? He was in deep meditation. He always had a purpose where he sat in deep meditation, and Parvati just, Sati was drawn towards him. Just like a honeybee would get drawn towards a flower by the nature of it being a flower, carrying the honey in it. So you as a man have to turn into that. Give yourself purpose. And the purpose is not to grow your, loin, or to release your loin, but to not release. To really practice giving yourself target and staying committed to it. Having a vision with a group of tribe of similar men, and driving them with the motivation to, let's say for example, create a garden. And by the time you are done with creating the garden, and by the time the flowers have bloomed in the garden, trust me, women will throw themselves at you to reward you, because it's like the parlance of a rich man and the poor man. The privilege is always with the rich. The same has happened to men. Women are not satisfied sexually, and most of them will restore the worst behavior for you. They'll reserve the worst behavior for you. They'll fake, they'll just fake you the orgasm by the virtue of stopping you from any further embarrassment that is already being done to their bodies. So men, please understand, you have to own your seed. You have to become Shiva. And you know what Shiva was meditating upon? Shiva was meditating upon understanding the feminine. The nature of the feminine is destructive, is to disrupt and test you. She will come into your life and disrupt you, to test you. She'll give you a challenge. And in that moment, if you simp for her, she'll lose respect, and she'll then lose eventually attraction for you. By that, I do not mean that women are attracted towards toxic men. No. Women are attracted towards men who have a purpose, that they're unbothered with her presence or not presence. They're so sure about their love for her. And their love, first of all, their love for a purpose. Like in the, Stone Ages and old times, men used to have a purpose. They used to hunt and bring animals to eat, and women used to watch that. And in the process of watching, women used to get a glimpse of their masculinity, where the pheromones are oozed out of their body. And by the evening they come, or afternoon, they bring the meal, they put it on the table. They will be rewarded with unasked, most importantly unasked for, because it's like a rich and poor situation here. Most men are whining. They don't know how to be a man, how to be that phallic, rock solid phallic to have your own purpose and stay true to it. And recognize when a woman is challenging you, take that challenge, but also don't fall for it and be a simp. Shiva was never a simp. Most men are pursuing women, being a simp. Not pursuing them, pursuing is an understatement. They are turning into simps. Everything you say will work together. Yes, you work together, but men and women are different principles. Men have to first become man in their own principle. You have to, the role of a man in the world is more about vision, structure, so that the feminine can manifest in alignment with the masculine that she chooses in her life. She allows you, a woman will allow you to conquer her Tripura. What is a Tripura? A Tripura of a woman, literally, it is mentioned in the Yamala Tantra text. The Tripura Sundari is the name of Kali, Mahatripura Sundari. And what does that mean? Tripura in a woman means the first pura is the vulva, the second is the cervix, and the third is the access to her womb. Now, when in the presence of a true masculine phallic, a true masculine man with a purpose, who brings the hunted mammoth on the table, oozing pheromones, women naturally get attracted to it. You don't have to do anything. It's like a bee. The bee will come, suck the honey out of you. It will reward you. Sex is a reward for men who have worked enough. And then you will create better things than babies. Not that babies are any bad, please don't get me wrong, but more than often they are created unconsciously. A woman will allow you the access from the first pura, which is vulva, to the cervix, and then to her womb. So you have to be such a rock solid, almost symbolic of Shiva's lingam, which is worshipped. You have to be that. A man's presence have to be steadfast. For a woman, for a woman's Tripura to open up, and that is when true manifestation, beautiful manifestation happens between two individuals, and the relationship stays intact. You know when a woman is satisfied. There is no better feeling than that. A man truly feels it. An unsure man always knows it. But if you're with a really, he knows it. But then some men often get deluded by the thought that they're great performers on bed. By the virtue of watching porns and getting into dating sites, where if they have never been a good performer, they might come across a woman who is on rebound, and and she is intoxicated, and in that moment a man feels he's a great performer. How sad is that? Probably if you allow a tree with a woman, she would not mind. That's not great performance. She would allow you once, but I don't think she would. If she has real clarity and if she understands what that is, you won't be allowed again. She won't come to you again. A true man's, what a woman's boob equivalent is a man's shoulder and limbs. A woman looks at it and she can sense whether you can uh, hold her together and not simp for her. Those are two different things. You might never have heard stories of Shiva being a simp. Never. Or stories of Shiva having questions like how do I become a great man, uh, great in bed to her, or be a more masculine presence in her life. No, never. He had a purpose. He was understanding her. Even in his meditation, he was understanding. He was having his dhyana on Devi. So he was trying to understand her. And when he embodied his own self together, Shiva, he turned into a rock phallic presence for Devi. And then the polar opposites meet and great things are created. Great things are created. How do men practice this? Deluded men catching women in their rebounds who think they are great performers are not. Trust me, 90% of India has women who are not happy with the man in their life. Sexually, otherwise, just not happy. Because men are not showing up as true masculine presence in their life. That's why the neighbor is more attractive. That's why the person on a TED Talk is more attractive. They exchange smiles. They fantasize about them when their husband is on work. This is what happens in the absence of privileged men in the lives of women. Privilege to a man is earned. They have to own their seeds. They have to become Shiva. And it's done through allowing themselves to the challenge of the woman. Woman will always want, she'll test you. A woman's nature is disruption and testing. Even she doesn't know. A woman doesn't know that she's testing the man, whether he's a simp, is falling all over like water, or he's holding steadfast. He has principles. He has boundaries. He will. Those boundaries cannot be compromised even for me. So with his love also, he'll always recognize that I care for you. I see this discomfort. We can work together, but stop scratching me at the drop of a hat with your nails that you're doing. Metaphorically, I mean. That's the nature of a woman. She will keep scratching the man to see if he falls. If he just, whatever she says, he obeys, kind of. No. And now, when a man does not obey, he's not a toxic man. This I'm not, whatever I'm talking today is not of the toxic man. What he does is he recognizes, because his purpose is so high. And how do modern men find purpose? Not in the gym. Please, not in the gym, or not by putting protein powder shakes, gulping it every morning. You don't become masculine by that. Purpose is a very philosophical thing for a man. It is more philosophical to a man than a woman can understand. It is very instinctive in nature, purpose to a man. When a man has no purpose, the woman swings him around like anything. And if he goes through those tides of the woman, The woman loses her attraction and uh, respect also. They might stick around, but they have lost respect. They realize they can swing you around. So don't be a simp, first of all, man. Have a purpose greater than yourself. Have a greater purpose. Treat her nice, of course, but don't be a simp. She will come to you. Like I said, go with your friends. Take like a sankalp. Take a vow to, let's say, create a garden. And by the time you have done with creating the garden and the flowers have started to bloom, you'll have lots of sex. Women sense masculine presence like no one. They know how a man. That's a gift women have. I always feel by seeing a woman, you know how good, if she is the way you want her to be, I mean sexually. But women can't tell that without being with you. So they're gifted with instinct. They can smell the pheromones of a man instinctively. And it has nothing to do with gym going men. That's again a myth. It is more to do with men with purpose who can shoulder responsibility steadfastly, like a rock phallic, which can penetrate the tripura of a woman and then get the woman into her juicy spirits, where she creates beautiful ecstatic things, which sometimes a man thinks, what is the meaning of this? I don't have to know. It's because of you that she's able to create that. Things better than babies, or things better than making you a baby daddy. Most men are baby daddies. Societal pressure in the world has made women just buy into marriage like a trade and find herself a baby daddy, proving the society like I'm fertile, I'm etc. etc. Sad story, but this is true. Happens to a lot of women, and by no means having a baby means you are masculine enough a man. Different, all of these different things. And my dear women, don't judge yourself if you fall for another man than the man you have in your life. It happens to women. The feminine energy recognizes masculine presence and the absence of it. So, men, work on yourself, work on your seed, own yourself, give yourself that purpose, and the woman will follow you. The woman will come to you. You don't have to run, chase. Shiva never did those things. The story, the part where you heard him chasing, he still had purpose, where he created Shaktipitas. He was not chasing, he was worshipping her. He was worshipping her for the streams of knowledge that he created with her. That's also a creation of her. So men have a lot of unborning to do, because reality is really staring at you right now. When toys have replaced men and women are happier than men in their life, and they're happier with gadgets giving them pleasure, it's high time men really own up their seats, own up their purpose, be a true man to her. And I also feel a lot of men, it's gonna be, I mean, please don't get me wrong, but they can't tell a clitoris from a vulva. So if a woman has fantasized that I'll, spend 30 minutes of lovemaking with a man, probably he can function for 5 minutes. That is telling itself how badly you have gotten women. A woman takes maybe 2 hours of you being there in the room for her to get aroused. And then she go wild. Have all the fun you want. Now don't come to her with, I don't understand what. I don't understand the clitoris to a vulva. I can't tell the difference. So let me shake it up. Now that my penis is not functioning, I have fingers. Don't behave like that. Women have already replaced your entire man with gadgets. That's so sad. I'm sure the women are not happy with it. So men, really put the work. Don't keep whining and asking these questions of how can I be a more masculine man. It's as good as asking how can I be a rich man. It is. A truly masculine man in today's world is a rich man. Women will get attracted to him. They will sense those pheromones. He will be having women come to him for all good reasons. So that's all for today. I hope there is great learning for men at least. We'll speak about the nature of the woman in my next videos. Thank you very much.